Welcome to AFLW Today. I'm Alex Donnelly, and we are here for a massive Season 10 preview. We saw North Melbourne go undefeated last year in an amazing season. And the question that everyone is asking, can they go back-to-back and can they go unbeaten again? To join me on this show all season on AFLW Today are two North Melbourne fans, and I tell you what, they are pumped to talk about North Melbourne because this is the one part of their club that's successful. I'm joined by Code Sports journalist Jess Robinson, fresh from Captain's Day this morning.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, happy to be here. So pumped for the 10th AFLW season.
And over there, the stats guy, McAllion, he's the one of us that's actually held the Premiership Cup last year.
Yes.
I'm going to get the photo sent in so we can put it up on screen now. But how are you, stats guy?
Oh, I'm still reliving that moment. That night was unbelievable, just running around on the ground and just celebrating North, which is very good to see. Very good to see.
You actually took full advantage of that media pass.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
We'd love to see it.
Hopefully I get another one.
I'm not against it if that happens once again. But here we are to preview all 18 teams this season, the AFLW. At the end, we'll talk about who we think will be the Premier, who we think is going to be the best and fairest, leading goal kicker, rising star, and a riser and slider. Ooh. Last year, safe to say, nailed my slider in the Demons. We'll get to that later. We've split up the teams, six of us, or three of us, 6 teams each. Start off with the Adelaide Crows, stats guy. That's your team last year, 8-3 record, top 4 the last 4 seasons, and knocked out in a prelim last year. Okay, stats guy, hit us with some predictions for 2025.
I mentioned before, the last 4 seasons, they're finishing the top 4. They're going to do it again. They're clearly, I think, the 3rd or 4th best side in this one. So I'm going to put them in top 3. So I'm going to go 3rd for this one, and yeah, easily top 3. Marinoff's just going to take them there and just dominate.
Jess?
I mean, I'm not as confident in top 3, but I've got them in 4th.
Okay.
So not far off, but yeah, still having a great year.
Oh man, I'm going to be on my own here. I've got like a range that I'm going with, not a specific position, which we'll notice as this goes on that there's a lot of teams that are going to try and fit in the 8. It's definitely not going to happen. I had them 3rd to 6th because they got belted by the D's in match sim over the weekend. And we saw last year that the teams who got well beaten really sort of struggled, and that Adelaide were well beaten, a little bit of a concern.
Match sim.
At their best, they are 3rd to 6th. Well, I mean, North did win theirs by 90.
Didn't we lose to the Dogs as well, though?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was the first one. I don't always trust the match.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, you don't talk about the losses, stats guy.
That's not a real loss.
Let's move on to last year's runner-up, Jess. The Brisbane Lions, who went 9-2, finished 3rd on the ladder and lost that grand final to North Melbourne.
Well, I mean, these guys are always so strong. Yeah. They've got a couple of flags to their name. They've been runners-up, 4 times now? Yeah. So I don't think they're really going to fade off. They've had a quiet off-season trade period that going into the 2025 season with a similar lineup, except they welcome an explosive half forward from Ireland, Nessa Dooley, Lily Baker, academy pick in the draft, a boost to the ruck, and a mid defender in Claudia Wright, also taken in the draft. So, of course, we've seen them in the past 2 grand finals against the Roos. They've got one. They're coming off a season heartache. Do we see them fade away? Do we see them drop a little bit? I don't think so.
No, they're too good. I think there was a stage I think it was earlier in the season, like, oh, can they fade off because North smashed them? Mm-hmm. But they're still going to be right up there because every time they've lost the last couple of seasons, they bounce back with a win. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. They're a team stacked of All-Australian players. They've got their sole coach, Craig Starchevich, is back, is continuing at the helm. Although, yeah, they did have a bit of a tussle in the practice match against the Swans. Your Swans.
That's what you're probably excited about.
Oh, yeah, no, that got me very excited about the Swans and not super concerned about Brisbane because they came out of the blocks in that match and looked really good. 5 minutes in as a Swans fan, I was like, oh, man. But you saw bits and pieces from, Soph Conway, who did her little bits here and there. Jade Ellinger, dead set, was attracted to the footy at one stage. It was just always in her hands. And you saw bits and pieces from Courtney Hodder as well as Dak Davidson. Like, it's enough for me to be like, no, they'll be fine. Like, they showed their bits and pieces of brilliance. And it was a practice match. So they're going to be good. I've got them finishing top 2 once again.
And of course, their skipper back leading from the front, Brie Conan. She had 21 disposals, 9 tackles, just a cruisy day for her. Charlie Mullins in the ruck, she didn't have the impact that she usually does, but still clearance work around the ground was great. So I don't think there's much to worry about. I don't have them in the top 2 though. I've got them in the top 4.
Okay.
So.
Top 4, yeah. I'm gonna go second. I think there's some obvious choices for number 1, but second, they're gonna be right up there again. They're just a classy team. As you mentioned, we could name like 15 of their players that could be like all Australian over the next couple of years. They're so good.
Yeah, I didn't mention Ruby Spark was everywhere in that practice match too. She looks as fit as a fiddle, but they'll finish top 4 for sure, if not second. Moving on to Carlton, who last season went 4-7. My team here, 14th on the ladder with 16 points. They were weird last year. They belted Geelong in one game and looked insipid in others. It was a very weird season. They absolutely smashed GWS over the weekend in Sydney in a practice match with Tara Buana. First game for them after coming across from the Suns. And Sophie McKay kicked 2 goals. New draftee wearing the 55 because she can't wear the number 5. So what are 2 5s? 55.
Yeah, don't mind that.
Keely Skipper kicked 2 goals, plus Bree Harrington, who's Bree Moody, got married in the off-season, and Lela Keck popped in with a goal. I thought Maddie Guerin just had the footy attached to it at one point. Like, it was a really horrendous day in Sydney as the weather was over the weekend. And Mimi Hill was really good in midfield transition. So is it a sign that GWS are still horrendous or that Carlton have gotten better?
I think we'll find out over the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Hey?
I reckon Carlton have gotten better. You got the more Mackay's you can get into Carlton, just in general, the better, because everyone that's ever gone into that club being a Mackay has just turned into a star. So you've obviously got Abby Mackay.
Now they're captain.
Now they're captain as well. So Sophie Mackay just even shown in preseason.
And a Schultz.
Yes.
And the Schultz, exactly right, yes.
The younger version, Poppy Schultz, obviously younger sister of Matilda as well. But you sort of look at their work last season. They were a big secondary clearance or secondary stoppage team because Keely Shirar had a bunch of the footy last year, was their best and fairest. She's probably going to step up once again. But is she going to get tagged because teams will be like, oh, you're probably their best user of the footy if you stop her and you can beat them around the contest? That's probably the way to go, because you have a look at the list. Without Harrington, Darcy Vesio and Pound, they are really inexperienced. So there's still a long way to go, but there might be more signs than last year.
No, good call.
Yeah, I've got them improving for a couple of spots on the ladder. So they came in 14th last season. I've got them in 12th.
I had them in 12th as well. Just I think the other teams around them, I think, have better lists. But like you said, they're young guns. I think the next couple of years, maybe in the next 2 years, they'll probably make the finals, I'd say.
Okay, big call. That is an early big call.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I've got them from like 11th to 15th, similar last year, but maybe they get 5 wins. Maybe they go 5 and 6 instead of 4 and 7.
Okay.
But that round 1 game against the Pies that'll tell us where they're at, which does lead us to last year's Wooden Spooners, Collingwood, who went 1-10, 18th on the ladder. Everyone was injured last year for Collingwood, but they got Ash Centra.
They got Ash Centra, which is, obviously a massive in. The number 1 pick, obviously, in the AFLW 2024 draft. Known as probably the best ready-made AFLW player. That's what they're calling her heading into this one. Amazing bowl use. Just a bowl magnet. I'm very excited to watch Centra in this one. They had a tough run in 2024, as Alex said. So many injuries. Lots of young players coming through, rebuilding. You had Ruby Schleicher, just stepped up into the midfield. Obviously, usually
she
a
was
halfback.
back from injury too.
Back from injury, and she was great. Now they're captain in 2025, which I think is a really good move. She's their most vocal player on field. She's shown that she can play in pretty much every position. Won their BNF, so I'm actually really excited for that one. In terms of some key ins as well, we got Matea Breed talking before the show. She's returning from a knee injury, so she'll be out for the first couple of weeks. But awesome pickup. I hope she can find her form after this knee surgery, because she was amazing at Hawthorn. I think that's going to be one of the best pickups in the competition and just help Collingwood take that next step a little bit. Would you guys agree on that one? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to see Ash in full display. And fans, AFLW fans, you get to see her at the season opener. That's pretty exciting.
That is actually, that's going to be awesome, yeah.
Thursday, August 14th at Icon Park. Make sure you get down. Or you're watching it on KO or Channel 7. It'll be on both of them.
It'll be on everything.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But that last year we said everyone was injured, so that really hurt like their ways of using the footy, because you're getting the replacement players in that you've met on Tuesday for the first time.
Yeah, it was tough.
How do we set up? What are we doing here? And I think that's what sort of it didn't hurt. It didn't help Collingwood, but it was probably a good thing. If you completely bottom out and you get a couple of new players in like Breed and Centra, there are some positive signs there, because they beat Port Adelaide last weekend too, and Port, prelim finalists. So there's a bit to come out there, because also no Breed. Centra was held back from that game as well. So they may jump up the ladder. I'm struggling to see it given how bad they were last year, but if everyone's fit, in that same realm as Carlton, sort of 12th to 16th, I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league, but I don't think they're going to be the best.
Yep, Jess?
Yeah, I think we've similar mindset here. I've got them in 15th.
Yeah, I'm going to go 14th. I think they can jump 4 spots. Why not? They got some good young players coming through. I think the injuries will it'll show because it'll be like, oh, they're not nowhere near the worst team, I think. So.
And also, we all forget they had their SNC coach leave like 3 weeks before the season started last year too. Like everything went wrong for them last year.
Yeah, and when you're having players that haven't played together, there was players playing in all types of positions. This year, a lot more structured. They'll be a lot better, I reckon.
Moving on to the Essendon Bombers, who last year went 6-4-1, made the finals, went down to Freo in the first final. As far as preseason form, they got smashed by North Melbourne on the weekend by about 90 points.
Which you expect.
It's not a good way to start the season, though. Like, if you're feeling good and then you run into North Melbourne. Like, who wants to play North Melbourne in the preseason? It doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. Well, one of the first preseason game North had, they left half their players out. So the opposition was like, oh, that's handy. But not after that.
So, like, the bad news out of that is Maddie Gay hurt her knee, which is horrendous. Not an ACL. Have you heard anything this morning, Jess? Because I only know that it's not an ACL.
Nothing was talked about.
Okay.
But that's a big loss, especially with such a short season. Like, there's not a huge time to kind of, get back. But fingers crossed for it.
That's another reason to have a longer season. Because when a player gets injured just before the season, in the middle of the season, it's like a minor injury and you're out for 90% of the season. It kills me.
Do you do it like a standard 6-week hammy? It's half the season.
Exactly. Yeah, it's frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
So you have a look at last year. Like Bonnie Toogood obviously hurt her knee in that first game. Like we were there. That collision that she had was just absolutely gross.
Yes.
She only played 4 games and she was half fit for 2 of them. So you get 2 legitimate games out of Bonnie, and the fact that they got 6 wins last year is probably a testament to them, because that first game against Fremantle, we had some concerns. And then you're looking at how they used the footy last year with Maddie Gay was the main distributor across half back. I had it all written here. They're probably going to tag her, which is similar to what they do in the they'll chip it around similar to what they do in the men's team, which is weird as Prasparkas and Nansko contested beasts.
Yeah.
That's probably the improvement for them, is to get in and under, get first use of the footy and get it to their forwards. But the worry is Steph Wales is out till the middle of the year with her knee as well. They've already been hit by the injury bug and we haven't even started the season.
This is eerily like the men's team, isn't it? The injury bug, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's tough.
So they've also lost Amber Clark, Paige Scott and Ash Van Loon have also left. The one I want to flag, Grace Brooker. Interesting pickup as a category rookie. Former All Black.
Really?
Rugby union player. Former All Black.
Don't mess with her.
So,
I kind of love this.
That is awesome.
I just said there's some contested beasts in there. So
she's going to run through people.
Throw her in the midfield with Nanscorn and Prasparkas, and that's not going to be fun for the opposition teams.
Game changer.
She could be a Hatchard type, I reckon, in the midfield. Just charge through some people. I feel like Hatchard would be good at
can you help someone take a specky with like a line-out technique? Like, come on, you get.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
That could work there. So with some of these early injuries is what they have as well. And we haven't obviously mentioned Amy Gaylor. We love what she did last year. It's going to be a second season as well. Like, really she was so clean with the footy. I'm struggling to see them making the finals again already. And it's not ideal. Like, there's obviously a host of injury issues that, it's going on in the men's, and it's sort of seemingly floating through this women's list as well. I've got them missing the finals.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got them slipping down.
I'm gonna go around that 12th to 13th mark. I think they won't be too bad, but the injuries are going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, moving across to a team who we thought were going to be killed by injury last year, but ended up making the finals, having a really good season. Fremantle Dockers, who went 8-3 last year, Jess.
They sure did. They brought in a whole lot of height in their off-season. So Ellie Parker and Indy Strom, a couple of tools drafted. Bella Smith comes in from Sydney. We saw the return of their skipper, Ange Stannett, from her ACL injury that kept her sidelined last season. So she came back on the weekend's practice match against the Saints, the really wet and wild
Perth had a great weekend.
That's right, yeah.
It's one of those teams where I just don't know where the chips are going to fall. They're going in with a new approach. They've got a lot of height, a lot of tools. I actually spoke to Ange at the captain's call, and she's a lot more confident. She's very excited to have some tall forwards to get the ball to. So I think we're going to see a different style of play from the Dockers. They came in 5th last year. They did pretty well. So I've still got them kind of just creeping into finals. I think, with a new look kind of gameplay, we'll see how it pans out for them.
Yeah, especially with the tools. The best teams in the comp often won through their tools. North have about 16
Everyone
tools.
is tall.
It feels like it. And I feel like
Ash Riddell.
more than other sports, AFLW, if you have tools that can take a mark, then you're very handy. So they've got so many good tools. You've got tools in the ruck, you've got tools down forward, tools down back. And I think that actually might help them. That's why I reckon they sneak into my 8 as well. I reckon I'm going to put them around that 8th sort of mark. I reckon they'll just sneak in. But they're going to have a slow start because of those new sort of players. I think they might lose the first couple of games just adjusting to it all, and then they'll bounce back.
Yeah. And they only get a couple of looks at it before the season starts. So, they need some time to get their running carry through the team.
Absolutely.
I'm up and about on the Dockers. Like, Kiara Bowers is also back as well from having another child, and it looks like, she's just back to her best already. She'll have 1,000 possessions. We love what Gabby Newton did last year. Well, we haven't even talked about Mim Strom,
one of the
best players in the ruck.
Yep.
Your favourite, Ty, as well.
Yes.
In the
There's so many good players,
And Bella Smith coming across from the Swans had a very good finish to her season, kicked a bunch of goals later as the Swans fans like, just what we need to lose a tall forward. But Freo last year showed that when they moved the ball, and now that sort of everyone's fit, because they had a lot of knee injuries like McCarthy as well.
That's right.
A lot of players missed games and they still made the finals. Like, they're probably going to be better again. Like, I've got them making the top 8. Similar position to last year, 5th to 8th. I reckon they're in the finals for sure.
Very nice. Yeah.
Geelong, the weirdest team of last year.
This is the weirdest team.
The weirdest team of 2024. They drew with North Melbourne. Did they score a goal against Carlton? I can't remember that game. I think they got beaten.
One, I think. Yeah, remember we were watching that game.
It was really weird, but they went 4-6-1, finished 10th on the ladder, 18 points. Obviously, Prasparkas last season, we thought she wasn't fit all year. On the weekend, they've absolutely mauled the Gold Coast Suns, and she looked so back it wasn't funny. It's like, oh yeah, you're like really good, and I can't wait to watch you this year. But then it's like, you look at the forward line with Maloney, Bella Smith, Chloe Shear up forward. This is a very dangerous team that's going to be, advantaged by having a weaker draw this year. They need to strengthen up a bit defensively because going back to that weird Carlton loss.
Yeah, there was a few games,
Chantel Emmonson's not playing this year, expecting a child. Congratulations to her. Her kicking out of defense was good. But then you look at the midfield. We've talked about Prasparkas, but you've got McDonald and Morrison. That's almost as good a trio as you can get that's up there with your Adelaides, Brisbanes and Norths.
They're all going to average over 22 touches, I'd say. 23 even. They're elite.
Yeah, they are very dangerous with the footy. And you almost feel like this is like in the next year or two, with their list, they need to capitalise on it or it's going to be a really badly missed opportunity. They've lost Darcy Maloney, who's gone to the Swans as well. This list is good enough, but I'm very confused by it.
Yeah, I pretty much echo that same sentiment. I've still got them definitely up well and truly in the finals. They'll be contending. They just need to get a string of good performances together. And, it's Geelong.
Yeah, it's just Geelong.
It's Geelong.
Just the club in general just breeds success. I think they're going to be really, really good this year. I think Maloney was unbelievable, second in the most goals. I think she can take that next step and kick the most goals. Well, that's a bit of a spoiler for later. And then their midfield, as you said, all three of those midfielders could be the best midfielder at other clubs. So I really, really rate them highly. If you want to hear my prediction, Alex. Oh, why not? I'm going to go 4th. I'm going to go them top 4. That's a big jump, I know, but 10th to 4th this season. They were the best, most exciting team at 4-6-1 I've ever seen last year. So I genuinely think they can finish in the top 4. If you can get that close to North Melbourne, and no one else did, then you can make a jump the next season, I reckon.
The man makes a point.
Yeah.
Makes a very good point.
You left that blank on our notes, so I did not know where he was going.
That was not on purpose. But it was just guessing. Leave you guessing. Why not?
They're in that gluttony of teams that can make the 8 or just miss. I've got them 6 to 10th.
Wow.
I feel like when they
missing.
They play the Swans in like round 4. One of those two teams will make it and the other one will miss, I reckon.
Okay.
That could be the key
I
game.
reckon Geelong will beat them by 40 points.
I'm driving down there with my fiance who's a Geelong fan. I don't need that in my life.
Well, it'll still go down. It'll be a good game.
Oh, I'm going 100%.
I love that you've got the fixture just memorised.
Yeah, I know.
All the Swans games are just
they're ready to go.
I have 3
in
opportunities in Victoria, and I say Victoria because there's one in Casey, one at Goomba, and the other one's at Victoria Park, which is 10 minutes from my front door. So God bless Victoria Park.
Very nice.
I said, just missing the finals for them. But let's move on to the Gold Coast Suns, who last year went 1-9-1, finished 17th on the ladder on 6 points. It's not been a pretty start to the preseason for them. I will start with the highlight before I throw to you, Jess. Havana Harris is awesome, and I cannot wait to see her play footy.
The unicorn.
Yes.
Yeah, as you mentioned, tough viewing for Suns fans. Their practice match, as we just spoke about, against the Cats, that copped an absolute domination. Only managed 1 goal. They also copped a huge 75-point whack from Brisbane in their match sim earlier, a couple of weeks ago now. I think the only kind of bright light that fans can take away from those games. Charlie Rowbottom, I mean, she's a star, superstar. You know, how many All-Australians and she's very well accoladed. It's just the pressure cooker around there. She's got 13 tackles, and 23 disposals against the Cats. But I guess when your team doesn't have much of the ball, you got to go chase it. So good on Charlie.
Yeah.
Lily Mithen comes in from the D's, adds plenty of depth and leadership. So a good replacement for someone like Ali Drennan in that leadership position. And they've had a last-minute replacement player coming from the Quaffle.
Yeah, Queensland
AFL.
Sorry, Harry Potter reference.
From their Southport team. So Taylor Gregory comes in for the Suns. She's a mature age tall, which, you know, they've been talking about height and how important talls are.
Yep.
All their draftees have come from the academy team. It's pretty interesting. So coached by Reece Shaw, a bit of youth coming through. Might be another development-looking season for them. I think we could all probably agree that it's going to be a bottom four.
Yeah, I think so. I like how that they've got the players coming through. They've all played together in the academy, so I think they will gel pretty quickly, like playing together the next couple of years. But it's not this year for the Suns. I think I got them 17th at best, really, because I think they're going to struggle with so many. Are they probably the youngest team? I'd say they'd be the youngest team once they got
second or third youngest
to the.
I think like Swans and West Coast.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. But
Alex has got the Swans.
Yeah.
Team
I was looking at these stats this morning. Like West Coast are really young too.
Okay,
and there's but you look at this. Obviously, they've lost their captain, which isn't great in the off season, and their drop off last season was like they had a home final in 2023.
Yeah.
Their drop off, like we haven't talked about. Obviously, we love what Claudia Whitford does, and Lucy Single as well. It's like they've got those good bits and pieces around in the midfield. They didn't have a great year with injury last year as well, but their defense was dreadful. That's where they need to tighten up. And Reece Shaw was a dashing halfback for the Swans and Collingwood back in the day. Obviously, coached North Melbourne too. Like, seems like a great coach.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. No, that's all right.
We like Reece Shaw. He's a great guy.
Sorry, Reece.
And Daisy Darcy's in for another long year. But, you know, if there's incremental improvement throughout the year and they're not getting blown out each week like they were, that'll be the good thing for them.
Yeah. Signs of improvement.
Yeah.
That's all they can hope for.
Yeah, I've got them bottom four as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
GWS stats guy, another team who struggled last year. They went 1-9-1. They drew at the Gold Coast. That was at Manuka Oval. That was a wild draw. There was a shot after the siren to draw it. Yeah, 1-9-1, finished 16th, and they were inconsistent after, I think they smacked the Dogs in round one and didn't win again.
Yeah, they struggled after that. They just struggled with consistency heading forward. They got the solid pace off half back through the midfield. You got Eilish O'Dowd, who was one of the most exciting players you'll see the last couple of years, the Irish ruck. Right in the ruck there, just taking it out of the midfield. She was absolutely awesome. 16 disposals and averaging 4 clearances in her first season coming over from Ireland was absolutely awesome. You got Beck Beeson in there, won their best and fairest. Their midfield is actually really good. It's just the big players at the end of the ground that have that really struggled. And then their forward entries, a lot of their players just sort of bombed it in and really struggled with that one. There's some key ins and outs. You got Nicola Barr, who was a real leader. She's gone to St Kilda, so I think that's a big loss. She had a few injuries, but I still think that's a big loss. But they've brought in some experience through Eleanor Brown. She's a stalwart from the Dogs. Hasn't played the last couple of seasons through injury. So that's you take out Nicola Barr, who I think is a really good player. You bring in Brown, who actually was a good player, but had some injuries and things like that.
They lost Greason as well down back.
And
she
Greason,
was delisted, but was always leaving.
Yeah, that's right. So I am a little bit worried about them this year. Just a lot of list changes overall. A lot of young players building. Some of the young players that we love. Friend of the show, Caitlin Surhoy is going to be really good. She had some really good highlights last year. Just so fast and a good ball user. And then you got Zali Goldsworthy, I'd say, is the X factor of the competition that everyone loves watching. So between O'Dowd, Surhoy, and Goldsworthy, I think they're going to be a fun midfield and then heading forward. But the defense and then just some of the kicking skills I'm going to worry about. So I've got them last on the ladder, unfortunately, for Giants fans out there.
There's a lot of pressure on Cam Bernasconi this year, isn't there?
Yeah.
He can't have another bad year or he's in
I don't
a lot
know
of
if it's his. I think they've got a very young,
They haven't improved.
Team.
What's the pass mark for them?
2 to 3 wins and not getting flogged.
Yeah, maybe 3 wins because you can't have 1 win in the
Not be uncompetitive most weeks, which was the concern last year.
Yeah.
Like they'd show a quarter of good football. and then get blown away. Maybe it's building it to a half or 3/4 of good footy.
They had some weird things happen at their home ground a few times. The snake on the ground that
out of
before the
Blacktown.
game stuffed up their warm up, and then there was so many weather things happen, and they had to come off. So hopefully those things don't rattle their season again, because they were saying that stuffed them up with warm ups.
I think their home games are at Manuka at Henson this year, so no Blacktown trips.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah, well, I've got them in the bottom 4. So
Bottom 4 as well, Alex.
Yeah, bottom 4 as well, unfortunately, for the Giants. Let's move on to Hawthorn, who were the real surprise packet last year.
Yes.
Took advantage of the good draw, went 10-1 to finish second on the ladder before bombing out in straight sets. Jess, take it away.
Well, as you just mentioned, they only dropped one game last season. They would have been devastated to lose that semi-final, but I reckon they'll be picking up where they left off in some hot form. Okay. I reckon they're going to be the ones that are coming for the Roos in the top 2.
Oh, really? Okay, that is a big call, yeah.
They did have a massive practice match showing over the Tigers. I mean, the Tigers aren't going their best, but forward dominance looking strong. Their captain, Emily Bates, just like leading the charge for the Hawks. She notched up a whole rack of disposals. Had 7 inside 50 entries, which is quite nice from the skipper. I mean, Eliza West looking hot form, last season's best and fairest for the Hawks. They've done some nice recruiting, added some long distance kicking through Najwa Allen from the Crows. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, I think you did.
They did, as we mentioned before, they let Matea Breed go to the Pies, but now she's copped an injury, so
so it's not as
wouldn't
bad
be
as it looks,
playing
I
anyway.
They've
it's
had a dangerous forward line.
It is dangerous, and I think people will be, seeing them up the top.
Your
I don't know about that.
chips in on them.
Yeah, I don't mind
Maybe not at the top, but top end.
But finishing top 2 again, because obviously they're going to have the much harder draw. Obviously, Dan Webster, his second season of coaching them as well, coming from Brisbane. Like, this is a good midfield and a very good forward line. So you're keen.
I mean, I'm on it. I'm on the train.
Bit of hot ball as well.
Yeah.
Bit of hot ball.
Why not?
Absolutely. Their draftee though, she copped around a 1-match suspension. Grace Barber.
Stats guy was ready to write all about her until he saw the whack this
morning. She got a really good goal. I don't know if you guys saw that highlight. That would have been goal of the year, I reckon. And then 5 minutes later, I see another post that she's out round. I was like, I really want to watch Barber. She looked absolutely awesome in that game, and just a bit of an X factor that is a perfect small forward on the wing as well. And then she's out round 1. But after round 1, we will be able to watch it.
Speaking of X factor, you haven't even talked about Aileen Gilroy.
She can kick 55 metres. Yeah.
Probably my favourite player in the comp non-Sydney division.
Non-Sydney.
Wow.
Yeah. Sydney reference tick for this match.
Yeah.
For this team.
And obviously Jazz Fleming went from strength to strength last year. You've got Greta Bodie up forward as well.
It's a good team.
Their draw is what knocks me. They've got to play everyone from the top 6 last year, obviously aside from themselves. So it's going to be a lot tougher this year. So I've got them sliding a bit into that bottom half of the 8.
Ooh.
Well, I spoke to Jazz Garner, and she said she's awaiting the kind of contest from the likes of the Hawks and the Cats and the D's. They're kind of expecting
big things.
Some big contests with these teams. So, we'll wait and see.
Where have you got them finishing, stats guy?
I was going to have them in 7th, I think, around that 7th. I still think they'll make the finals, but with that tougher fixture, they're not going to win as many games as last year. They did belt a few teams like the Tigers and things like that in pre-season, so I'm still got big hopes on them, but I think they'll drop off in terms of the fixture. Fixture is such a big thing in AFLW.
Yeah.
If they just played every team once like we all wanted, then it would be a more
or even
even
if we're
fixture.
getting up to 14 or 15 games where it's just, went 5, 5 and 5.
Yeah, I don't know. It frustrates me, but I think they'll finish 7th.
Okay, so I've gone really bold here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sticking to it, but
No, that's fine.
Hawks, just message.
Yeah, get the Hawks
Please
fans in the
don't
comments.
make me look silly here.
Exactly.
Come hang. We're a good time. Onto the D. Stats guy, the Melbourne Demons.
Yes.
They went 6-5 last year to just miss the finals. It's the first time they hadn't made the top 4 ever.
Yep.
But in preseason, they look pretty good.
Yeah, they look great. I think this is the season where they bounce back to at least that top 6 this season. I think they're going to be a good team. I think they've finished the season strongly last season, winning 5 of their last 6. And we're going, that's the Demons that they should be. They should be playing like. They had some weird losses in the middle. We were at the Essendon versus Melbourne game where Essendon weirdly smashed them out the park. And then the week after that, I think that's when they started going on that 5 out of 6 wins. So it was a bit of an outlier.
Grand Final Friday.
Grand Final Friday, that's right. I think they've just got a lot of good pieces, a lot of good young players like Eliza McNamara. She built her game last season. I thought she was really good. Led their disposals and tackles, which in AFLW is just a massive tick. No major player trades, but they got pick 2, which was Molly O'Hare, which is very exciting. Very athletic, tall, very similar to Ivana Harris, sort of that, they call that unicorn
She
type.
looks very good.
Yeah, she looks really good. Just an exciting tall. I think they needed another tall to add to that lineup as well because they got a lot of really good smalls. But yeah, I just don't see the Ds. They're just a team in AFLW that breathes success. I think they're going to bounce back up there. You got Kate Hall, amazing on-field leader. She had 23 and 3 goals, I think, or something like
Doesn't
that.
have a broken face this year, which should help.
Yeah, actually, we're not going to have the mask, are we?
I'll bring back the mask, Kate. It was awesome.
It was pretty cool. And you got, McNamara, who hasn't mentioned, Alyssa Bannon on the rise as well. I think she can kick a few more goals. And then they listed some older players and stuff like that. I think the youth coming through is going to be really good, and they'll be good this season.
If Bannon can take the next step and really start attacking the football in the air and start taking some of those contested clunks, she's going to be one of the most dangerous forwards in the competition.
Yeah, I think it was 14 goals she had last year.
Yeah.
If you can get that up to 18 to 20, then I'm seeing the D's 5th, around that top 4 to 5 sort of mark, because their young guns are so good.
All right. So you've got them making finals.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's gone in strong.
I'm big on the D's. I think they showed last year that I don't know what was going on in the middle part of the season. Their tactics were off. They had a few injuries. Taylor Harris was out in that middle part as well.
She's also injured again.
She's injured again, but I think they've got enough depth there to still make the finals.
I've got them in that bottom half of the 8/missing finals glutton of teams I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got them in the bottom half of the 8 as well.
Okay, you've got to make them finals, huh?
Yeah, making finals.
Yeah.
I mean, you just sold me on that.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just going to step out for the next 3 minutes while Jess and the stats guy talk about North Melbourne, who went 10-0-1 last year. First on the ladder, first ever team to go perfect, unbeaten.
Well, almost perfect. There was a draw.
You were perfect.
Annoying draw.
You didn't lose. You
that's
didn't
true.
lose.
We didn't
They
lose.
won. Called the Invincibles. I'm trying to get that rolling. No one else ran with it for me. First undefeated AFLW season, first expansion club to win the premiership. Take it away.
Where to start?
Let's
Where
go.
do we start? I think we start with Jazz Garner. She's taking the reins.
Not bad.
Skipper this
Yes.
year.
Did she shake hands with all the umpires this morning? Hi, I'm Jazz. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Give me the
I am
votes,
I
yeah.
am the best player. I will see you at the coin toss. It's lovely to meet you,
Right.
sir or
I think
ma'am.
that's her style,
Yeah, I mean, she's cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
She's not bothered by anything.
We are.
We definitely are. A list not too far changed from their undefeated premiership side of 2024. However, in comes a very handy dual All-Australian Eilish Sheeran from the Tigers.
Just keep getting better. That's crazy.
Who needs draft picks when you can pick up an All-Australian for pick 18?
I know. It's
Well,
crazy.
that's it. And Garner did tell me that she is excited just to have play alongside Sheeran rather than playing against her. She's like, I'm pumped to have her on board. And guys, Tessa Boyd, a Boyd.
Yes.
I mean, the Roos will take a Boyd. I think any team would
Yep.
take a Boyd.
Absolutely.
She's mature age, 27-year-old defender. This is the first time in 6 seasons that she's been on an AFLW
Really? Okay.
list. So 2019 with the Dogs. I think she's refound her love for the game.
Awesome.
So the Roos will take her.
Yeah, absolutely. we'll just keep getting better.
They're so good.
Just another defender, another nice tool. So, player retention, I think, is just working in their favour so well.
They seem a very tight group.
Very tight. I mean, I found out all the inside goss from Jazz this morning. She, told us about the social committee. They do fun things. They went and got tattoos together after the grand
I
final.
saw that,
Their
actually,
end of
yeah.
season piss up felt like it went for 6 months.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
long stint in Bali. I saw that, yeah, which is what you want to see.
And didn't the trophy get damaged in like the most innocuous way? It survived all of the nights out and like someone just dropped it.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that sounds about right.
I think
Yeah.
if your trophy isn't getting damaged, then what are you doing after you go final?
Right.
I mean,
we
you
saw
didn't drop it.
Yeah, I didn't drop it. Yeah, I had only one hand on it though. Yeah.
I mean, they had a fashion show just a couple of
Yeah,
weeks ago.
that looked
I don't know
cool.
if anyone caught that on socials,
did
but
actually, yeah.
I was so
Retro.
impressed. But, Garda coming into the skipper role hasn't even faltered her at all. 3 goals, 24 touches, 6 clearances in a
good.
practice match, 95-14 on the weekend. So huge. Emma Carney probably going into more of that reduced role, but still such a well-respected
Will this be
leader.
her swan song?
Very well could be.
Yeah, especially if she stood down as captain.
Had
I
the
reckon.
bad hammy last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what a transition for
Yeah.
her.
Just gets to enjoy it.
Right.
She can just vibe it on halfback and rack up the disposals again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Yeah, Emma Carney's going to be that person that's like, oh, who took that? It's Emma again. Yep,
Yeah.
uncontested mark. How is she always there?
Yeah.
It's
Always
like
in the right
anytime
spot.
you go to like country footy and it's the genius who just finds the
Yeah.
finds the space every time and has 40.
Yep.
That's Emma this year.
Yeah, and she's also the one that whenever they're like just in a little bit of trouble, like I mean rarely, but whenever that does come across, like it's Emma that pops up
Settled
and
head, yeah.
definitely settles it. I don't think it'll be another undefeated season. I'm going to
Ooh,
put that
okay.
out there. I think someone's going to come and, just put the Roos in their place a little bit.
Okay.
And it might not even be like a Hawks or a D's. It could be a left of field, random pop-up.
Geelong. They
Well,
got
yeah,
close last year. Yeah.
that's round one. So
Ooh,
let's hope,
maybe not round one,
let's hope we
actually.
don't start with
Yeah,
a
true,
loss
true.
for the Roos, but maybe a little bit of extra motivation to get them going again.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out in the fixture who would it be. Yeah, maybe Brisbane.
Maybe Brisbane. Yeah.
Or even Port round 2. That's going to be fun.
That'd be good. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
So, I mean, what have you got? Do you have them undefeated?
I agree with you. I think a few of the top 6 teams have improved because it used to be like top 3 or 4. You're going, they're the best teams, but I feel like there's 6 to 7 really good teams this year. So yeah, I think they'll lose one game as well, but one game still win the flag, which we'll get into later. I reckon.
Unbeaten.
Unbeaten? Oh, you're
Oh,
going
he's
unbeaten.
going all in.
He's going for it.
I said it this time last year, so I'm standing by
You
it
did
again.
actually. You
I
did.
said at the start of the year, unbeaten. I think they'll go unbeaten again. Moving on to Port Adelaide, who went 7-4 last year, finished 6th, pulled off one of the most amazing final wins you will ever see against Hawthorn. What was it? The highest 3/4 time differential
huge,
in
yeah.
AFLW history. I nearly left at 3/4 time. I was there that night. I was like, this is over. And I stayed, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God I stayed because it was one of the most amazing things you'll see. Obviously got sort of brushed aside in that prelim, but everyone I think knew that it was going to happen. Like they had the high of that win. It's like, okay, you've made it this far. You're not winning the prelim. They tried their best, but just got brushed aside. I think Ella Head's coming in off halfback's going to really help them move the ball quicker out of defense in transition. And that's where they caught Hawthorn out in that semi-final was movement through transition because they have a lot of good ball users. Like obviously Shanae Goody's in there as well. She'll be better again. It's her second season. It's only Schultz's second season as well. Like, this is insane. They are the 3rd lowest team as far as age is concerned in the league. 66% of their list is 22 years old or younger.
I don't mind that though because
That's what I mean.
All
Yeah,
the new
they're only
players,
getting better.
Yeah, they're only getting better. There's all those players that are 22 or younger have probably played it their whole life compared to other players that have come in for different sports or only started when they're 16. So I love that.
Like their forward line, obviously Gemma Houghton and Teak up there. We do love Teak. She's only 21 as well. That's the one that shocked me. I was like, surely she's older. She's not. I just wish they had one more forward. That's sort of my only real knock on them. Their fixture is a lot tougher this year as well, obviously, given that they jumped up into a prelim and they weren't good over the weekend against Collingwood, but it looked like they were second of the footy. They sort of weren't. They seemed like a team that if they switch on, they'll be good to go, but they were just having a bit of fun. Like it didn't look like the most serious of hitouts. I can't wait to see Lauren Young when she gets back from her ACL. She'll make her debut this year. She was 15 years old when she won the SANFL Best and Fairest.
That is crazy.
That's unreal.
Yeah, so
not bad.
She'll sneak in up forward, I reckon, to start off with. So when she comes in, she's going to be good. But this is a team, obviously we haven't mentioned Abby Dowrick either. Like they are a
Dowrick was great, yeah.
very good football team. It's going to be a very exciting season of them. I think they finish around the same spot again in that bottom half of the 8.
Oh, give me something here, rather than the 5th to 10th or 5th to 9th,
Nah,
whereabouts.
sticking in it, sticking with it.
I've also got them in 5th to 8th,
Yeah.
but definitely making finals, I think.
Yeah, you've actually convinced me. I was on the fence, but I think they'll make the finals as well.
Okay.
They just sneak in for me.
I don't mind it, stats go. Let's get on to Richmond, who went 6-4-1 last year, 7th on the ladder, 26 points. They were the team that got. They were the one team that got smashed in the finals. They were well beaten by Port Adelaide. There's a lot going on here.
A lot going on,
There
a lot
is.
of ins, a lot of outs at Punt Road. We mentioned just before, Eilish, dual All-Australian. It's a big loss of talent and experience level as well
Yep.
going up to the Roos. In comes Izzy Bacon. She's already making...
like that name.
Yeah.
There's so many good names in this.
Yeah,
That's a great
there
name.
is, isn't there? She's already making a big impact in
Yep.
the midfield. Lulu Beattie in defence as well. Pick 11 in the draft.
Yep.
Sarah Greaves, a mid-half forward.
Should be, really good, I think.
Yeah, so Katie Brennan had a managed load in the practice match,
Yep.
lost to the Hawks, but she booted a nice goal before coming off. So it'll be interesting to see how they manage her workload throughout the season. Monique Conti, I mean, she's always just been a star of that team. So she led the way in the practice match, but how long can the Tigers be relying on Conti's star power is the question I put to you guys.
Yeah, especially if Sheeran's out. I think you've got a few good midfielders in there. Grace Egan, which we've had
Didn't play over the weekend.
She didn't play over the weekend. She's been really good.
Ellie McKenzie's
really good. So they have enough players there, but Sheeran out is that sort of brute strength. The other ones are a little bit more on the outside. So it'll be interesting to see if they can handle that. And still, because they were a really good clearance team last year. You take out Sheeran, we'll have to wait and see, I think.
Yeah. And, they've got quite a bit of youth coming through the team now. So Sarah Hosking and Monique Conti, they've both championed that youth coming through the system. They're confident that this young side can get them through to the finals. Of course, they made the finals last season as well.
Did,
so, I've got them kind of falling out of the 8, or, maybe just scraping through. So I'm just not really sure where they sit.
I have them just missing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into it later because I might change my slider, but you've sort of convinced me. There's a lot of changes in this team where I think in AFLW with the short season, the first 3 or 4 games, they're going to have to adjust. So I'm going to say they're going to be 10th to 12th. I'm a bit worried about them this season. Yeah.
I'm similar. Moving on to St Kilda, coached by Nikki Dale. They went 4-7 last year, 11th on the ladder with 16 points. They were a very confusing team to watch last year. Yeah,
probably second to Geelong in the terms of confusing teams because they've got a lot of stars, a lot of players that went really well, but then they lost some weird games. Very up and down season, tough fixture and big losses at home, which is the worry. In 2025, I really just want to see them make Moorabbin just a fortress because
bring back the Ferris wheel.
It's hard, bring back the Ferris wheel. It's good fun down there, but the fans weren't getting wins down there, so that's not what you want to see. Jessie Wardlaw continues to build. I love watching her. She was the key for them in attack. She also had 14 goals last season. Again, it's one of those players, if you want to compete with the best teams, your best forward has to kick around that 18 to 20 goals, I would say. And that's what we saw with the likes of North and Brisbane and a few other teams. Geelong, even Maloney kicking 21 goals. So if she can take that game to the next level, then I think their offense will be fine. You got Tiana Smith. She was awesome. She had a few goal of the year highlights, I believe. Her speed. And then Lambert, I think Lambert got their best and fairest as well from the midfield. So they've got some stars there. But I'm just worried about their depth is the only thing,
Don't forget, Georgia Patrikios will be back this year too. Didn't play a game last season. That kind of hurt.
So she came in for the Pracky match and dominated. And Saints fans are like, oh, thank God she's back because she obviously went down. Was it the first game last season?
Pre-season.
Or was it pre-season? There you go. So she set the tone in the practice match.
I think it was a foot.
Yeah, I think it was too. But she's a star. They've actually got a fair bit of star power there. They didn't really bring many people into the side. They've got Grace Kelly going out of the side to Adelaide as well, who I thought was a really good player. Chiochi was retiring as well, who's been a stalwart for Collingwood back in the day and just been a really, really good leader for them as well. So didn't really bring in anyone that of big names.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit worried about them. That's why I've got them missing the finals, that 9th to 11th sort of spot. Yeah.
I have them missing the finals too. And Charlotte Bascaran in that forward line as well, buzzing around as well.
She's a decent pickup, to be fair. Didn't always get a game for the Hawks. So
it was in and out.
In and out. So hopefully she can get some more consistent
She's too good not to be on a list.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. Where you going, Jess?
I've got them in 10th, so right in between all of your predictions.
There we go.
All right, let's go, Alex.
Wait. Set the timer. Don't let him go too long.
The Sydney Swans, who last year went 3-8, finished 15th on the ladder, 12 points after making the semi-final the year before. Getting it out of the way right now, the Swans are playing finals this year. That's my prediction.
Are they?
They'll make the finals this season. If that practice match against Brisbane was anything to go off, they probably should have won that game. They got beaten by 13 points, but Ali Morfitt without any strapping on, Chloe Malloy back out on the field, Laura Gardner back out on the field as well. So they were without Chloe for all of the season. She played 1 game. Ali Morfitt battled away to 3 or 4 games, and Laura Gardner, I think, played 6 games as well. So there's 3 legitimate All-Australians there back in the team this year. Laura Gardner had 35 touches, just had leather poisoning over the weekend. My concern about the Swans is their forward line. It was my worry about them all of last year. Obviously, Beck Privatelli and Chloe Malloy there as well will be up there as well. Amelia Martin is an academy pickup from Wollongong. Was pick 60. I think she was the last pick of the draft, but showed signs in that practice match against Brisbane and was also pretty good against GWS from all reports. If Montana Ham plays midfield all season, I think she'll be an All-Australian. Yeah, she's strengthened up in the off season and was shrugging off Ali Anderson like there was just nothing about her on the weekend. It was you've taken that next step. We heard, I think it was her mother told us that she was injured all of last year.
That's right, yeah.
And she's been managing those injuries. So I think that's going to be good there. Ella Heads has left the team, which I thought was going to be a loss, but the best named player in the AFLW will be running off half-back, Zippy Fish.
Zippy Fish.
Yes.
How good is that name? Zipporah is her name, right? But Zippy.
We're sticking with Zip.
And she's got pace. Like, she's Zippy.
Yeah,
That's great.
and she's got hops as well. Like, she took a towering contested mark over the weekend. So
Fish.
you've got Darcy Maloney that's come in, Ash Van Loon from Essendon, Lulu Puller came across from North,
yep.
defensive winger, which will help there. Obviously, Grierson from GWS. Like, there's 9 changes to this list from last year. Like, they've cut a lot of players, and I did the Swan season preview a couple of nights ago. It's like you see none of those players that were delisted were picked up anywhere else.
Right.
So that's
probably a good sign that they've done the right thing there. Yeah, right.
Made those changes.
By finishing in the bottom 6 as well, like we talk about the draw, it's given them the easier draw. So that's why I think they can bounce back up into finals when you add in a full fitness season, ideally from like Chloe Malloy, Ali Morfitt, Laura Gardner, and Montana Hamlet. I'm excited.
You are very excited.
I'm pumped.
You've both got them finals, is that right, Jess?
I've got them in finals in that lower 8.
I've got them like 6th.
Yes, exactly. So excited to see Chloe back in action. I think the league is excited to see her back in action.
She did like 2 things in that practice match. I only played a half, but it's like, she's back.
Yeah, she's back. I think they're going to be 9th. Well, I just missed the
man.
final. I'm not even doing that to piss you off, as a lot of people in the comments probably think. But I just think there's a few other teams that have taken that next step. I think next year you could even go up to the top like 5. I think it's just another year that they need, especially the forward line. I don't know if they can kick enough.
So
points,
the Swans have the youngest played games team in the competition.
That's what I'm worried
and
about,
the second youngest list in the competition.
Yep. And you might not have the easiest fixture, so we'll see. Yeah,
the games against Geelong and the D's will be telling. Like, you pencil them in for a loss against Adelaide and North.
Yep.
It's those other 2 games which will be telling if they make finals.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Very nice.
West Coast, another one for me here. Went 4-7 last year. First season of Daisy, 13th on the ladder with 16 points. They are the youngest team this season in the competition. Mm-hmm. They really improved last year, but you think about it. They went 4-2 to start the season, and then really tailed off late in the year.
The Daisy Pierce effect was awesome early. Yeah,
when they knocked off Richmond in round 1, we're like, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, obviously, Ella Roberts could be the best player in the competition.
You're big on Ella Roberts,
I'm a massive fan of her. And Charlotte Thomas as well. Both of them All-Australians last season. Can they run out the season, though? We saw them, they tailed off last year. I've just said they are the youngest list once again this year. Can they run out the season?
What do you think, Jess?
I mean, my ladder prediction has got them missing finals. So I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. It's one of those teams where it's like it's kind of hard to predict where the chips will fall. But yeah, Hosking's not playing this season for them, so that's quite a knock to their experience. I mean, you said they're the youngest, so. Yeah, I mean, I've got them missing finals.
Yeah, I think again they might start well. I think a lot of the younger teams, it happens in AFL, happens in lots of sports. You always start well, and then teams, because they don't know as much about the younger players, and then don't know as much about the matchups, and then later in the season, I think it's going to be very similar to last year. I reckon they could get 3 or 4 wins again and almost have a very similar season. Yeah. Similar to Sydney, I think another year or so, and then they'll be right up there.
Yeah, I've got them missing. I've got them finishing in the same sort of position as last year, but they won't get blown out like they did late in the season last year.
I think at home as well, they were pretty solid at home in a few games. Their pressure was really good at home. If they can bring that away, then they could stay in some games and have a few close losses as well. But I got them missing finals. I think they're going to be in the bottom 4.
Oh,
yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, is going to come after you.
Sorry about that.
Jess missing the finals too.
Yes, I've got them sitting maybe 12th. They might jump a spot.
I love how Alex has got 12th to last on the run.
That's
you can't have 12th to last.
That's a huge section.
Yeah, but that's why then I just went, you know what, they'll finish in the same position. I've changed a few on the run here if you haven't noticed. I was
laughing about that.
Let's get to the Western Bulldogs Stats Guy Club that you know a little bit about thanks to old mate Mark McAllion, your dad.
Yes, a few people involved with the Dogs. They struggled. They copped a lot of criticism last season. We talked about it. It was a bit of criticism from us, a bit of criticism in the media for not attacking. They were just
deservedly so.
They were parking the bus in a few games. Then once they started playing attacking, they were like, oh, we can win. Kirsty Lee Turner's one of the best players in the competition. Ella Griggs kicking goals. Everything was just clicking once they got on a roll. And they ended up, after Ali Blackburn got injured, they were 4-4, which she's their GOAT. She's their absolute GOAT, Ali Blackburn, one of their best players.
Sure
you take her out and you go, oh, surely the Dogs can't get wins. They actually got 4 wins without her, which was very, very surprising. Yeah, and I think it wasn't even because she was out. I think she's definitely going to improve their team once she's playing. But that's just because they started playing attacking footy. And I think when you're down the lower end of the ladder, they still finished 12th in the end, which was great. But they were down in the 17th, 18th for the first half of the season. Then they
Gets them that little tougher draw after finishing down the bottom of the year.
That's what I'm
before.
worried about. Yeah, I think a few people are worried about them for that. They get Stevenson from the Hawks, adds a bit of height and goal kicking, which is what they needed.
need that.
Yeah, they were getting goals from the half forwards and the wings. You needed just another goal kicker down there. But it was a quiet trade period, so I'm a little bit worried about them this year. They'll have a much tougher fixture. I think obviously finishing 12th, but you got Allegrig, as I mentioned before, Western Turner. They'll be better at home. Quiet trade period though, so I think they'll be a bit lower on the ladder. Or I'm thinking, I'm going to go 16th. I think their team is exciting. It's just they're going to have a tougher fixture and not much trades. So I think other teams have improved more than them.
I can't wait to see another season of Ella Grigg though. Big fan of her. Excitement machine.
Absolutely.
I've got them around that as well, like 14th, 15th.
Jess has a bit higher, I think.
I've got a bit of spark in them.
Okay. Ooh. I don't mind that though.
I mean, I've got they might just scrape in. I've got them sitting between 8 and 10. So
I don't mind that.
You know, maybe finals, but more
Just
likely
outside.
just missing. But I see a bit of improvement from them.
Okay.
I don't mind it.
Don't mind. Yeah, they'll be exciting.
I went all in.
Yeah, they'll have some fun games.
All right, let's get into the final segments as we have ripped through all 18 teams.
How
here.
did we do that?
Guys, well done.
Let's get hot in here.
Let's get to some season predictions here. We can rip through these ones. And you know what? We'll leave the Premier to last because we probably know where we're going to go there. Let's start off with who is this season's biggest riser up the ladder? I've already said it. It's the Swans. They're going from 15th to the finals.
Ooh, are you going? Yeah, Swans, Jess.
I mean, I'm confident in the Dogs. So
That's a big
I've
rise,
got them rising.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go the Cats. I just think they've got a lot of depth. The only team, as I mentioned, to stay with North. They had a lot of big wins, a few 60-plus point wins. I reckon they'll be the surprise pack at top 4 for me from 10th.
Oh, bang. Biggest slider, as in just who's going to sort of maybe regress going into this year. Port Adelaide, I think if their draw doesn't go their way, they can miss the finals.
Yeah, they've got a young team. I see that.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got the Tigers sliding. They've made the finals, and I don't have them up there this year.
I changed mine halfway through this, but Jess convinced me on the Tigers. I'm worried about a lot of changes. I'm worried about Sheeran, who's one of their most experienced players going out. So I think they might just miss the finals, even though they seem really confident. But yeah, be worried about them.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win the Rising Star?
Ooh, who do you think, Jess?
I've got 2 options that I can't decide.
I've gone 2 as well.
So I mean, obviously the Pies' number 1 pick, Ash Centra,
or
Sophie Mackay.
That's a good rogue shout.
Right.
She kicked a couple of goals.
Yeah, she looked good.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm going to go Ash Centra as well. I just think everyone rates her so highly. She looks so skilled, especially in the Collingwood team. That's probably going to be lower down on the ladder again. She's just going to stand out. You got her next to Ruby Schleicher, which is a great mentor as well. I think she's going to absolutely star.
I've gone Zippy Fish or Havana Harris.
Hey, it's not best name competition. It's Rising Star.
Right?
Nah, she will be good.
I think both of them are going to be very good. I went away from the obvious with Ash Centra because they did hold it back from the practice match last weekend. So maybe we'll see. Maybe there might be a little niggle we don't know about.
Yep.
Leading a goal kicker. This was hotly contested last year. Taylor Smith, because Brisbane kick a lot of goals.
Yeah, she led last year.
Yep.
Leading goal kicker. Who you got, Jess?
I've got Alice O'Loughlin.
I actually don't mind that.
I think she was the third.
Yes.
Came in third last year, kicked about 18.
Feels like could be the head of vibes there too.
Right.
Yes, she does a lot of interviews post-game.
Yes.
And she leads the party, I think, as well.
Yeah, so, the midfield get their forwards some nice inside 50 entries. Yeah. She might be right up there.
She plays like a tall as well, even though she's not a tall.
She's not the key forward.
Beautiful kick of the football too.
Yeah, really good set shot. I'm going to go Ashley Maloney. I've been talking up the Cats this whole thing, and I think the main reason they'll finish top 4 is Maloney finished second. I think it was only in the last round last year that Taylor Smith overtook her for the goals for the season. They're on the rise, and I think the major reason that the Cats are going to be good is Maloney.
Let's get to the best and fairest medal, which needs to be called the Daisy Pearce Award or the Aaron Phillips or the Pierce Phillips or the Phillips Pierce, whichever way you want to call it. I'm starting my campaign.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah. I'm going to go Ebony Marinoff. I know it's obvious, but she had the best season that we've ever seen last season. I think we'll have another player from North Melbourne that was a bit hard done by. But a lot of players at North Melbourne can take votes, whereas I don't think as many Adelaide players are taking those votes. And she just stands out so much, barges through the packs, gets the tackles as well. It does a bit on both ends. So Ebony Marinoff.
I mean, I'm going, surely it's Jazz's year.
Jazz Garner. It's not a bad call either.
Jazz Garner's year, but you are right. North do have players that can steal votes.
Yeah.
But I'm still backing her in. I hope she gets her flowers.
Yeah, sometimes she has, what does she have, 30 and 3 goals and doesn't get a
get
vote?
like,
come on, umpires, give her a vote.
Yeah.
Going with the no one will probably take votes off of her theory, and when they win, she will be best on ground, Ella Roberts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
Don't
the
mind that.
theory. It's the Chris Judd, Gary Ablett theory of she is so good that she will get votes in losses.
I think
Yeah,
that you'll
that's
need West Coast to finish 10th or above for her, which they can,
Yep.
for her to get the best and fairest. Because obviously you need
Going
3
for
votes
a
in
rogue
wins.
shout, though.
Yeah,
I was
it's
going to
not
throw
bad.
it
I love
outside.
a rogue shout.
Yeah, why
And
not?
I think she's that good as well. Like
Why
if
not?
she was playing in Victoria, the media would be all over her.
True.
And the premiership winner in 3, 2, 1.
North. Let's go.
Melbourne, let's go. 2 back-to-back. Only losing 1 game, we're saying, in the last 2 years.
Unbeaten. They're going unbeaten.
You're
They're
saying unbeaten,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm going unbeaten, but obviously North Melbourne.
North Melbourne fans over here, we just, we know where the lid is.
Yeah.
Lids
No,
off.
No, it's off. We won the flag last year. Lids off. We're already going to celebrate, I reckon.
But that is your season preview for AFLW Season 10, all done and dusted. August 14th, first game, Carlton and Collingwood.
Yes.
We will be back every Monday at the end of each round to review it. So that'll be our show throughout the year, is a review show. But you can catch us on the socials all throughout the season doing a bunch of fun stuff. There'll be predictions, a few other things. I'm going to Sydney next week for their season launch.
Oh, must be nice.
We're going to have an interview with a Carlton player in a few weeks. We've got hands in pies here, there, and everywhere. So a lot of stuff coming your way this season for season 10 of AFLW. Thank you to the stats guy, Liam McAllion.
Thank you very much. Go North.
And of course, Jess Robinson.
Thank you. And guys, let us know who you want to hear from.
Yes.
We can get some questions to some players.
Good call.
Yes,
Good call.
yes, definitely get down in the comments players that you want to hear from, even questions that you want to ask. Like I'm going to ask, are you left sock, right sock, or are you sock, shoe? Like I need to know these things.
yeah,
What
fair
weird
enough.
superstitions players have
The
there.
most important question.
Nicknames is my favourite in the
Or
club. Yeah.
what was it, the cereal that Tanya Kennedy ate last year where she mixes 4 of them together before
Yeah,
a
her
game?
pre-game was 4 different cereals or something. Yeah, those
What?
type of things are just
Irish.
weird. Yeah,
Irish things.
Irish.
Is that it?
Yeah, but before we waffle on too much, we are done and dusted today. Make sure you do follow us on social media. It is AFLW Today across all the social platforms. Hopefully, they're popping up here right now.
Yep.
We will catch you for the round 1 review in a couple of weeks' time of AFLW.